I gotta say, for the last week or so, or whenever the latest content drop for Doom the Dark Ages came, since then everything has felt like we're back in 2020. I mean, the hype for Doom is higher than ever before. The Last of Us 2 somehow managed to crawl out of every single controversy and emerge as a remake on PC, while the show is about to launch its second season. And then we have Midnight catching grief for clickbaiting again. All is well, all is balanced. I'm joking, of course, but it does feel like a blast from the past. That's even better since there's no global pandemic forcing everyone to stay home. And I don't know if it's just me, but it genuinely feels like more people than ever before are actually looking forward to this game. Whether it's to see how id Software is going to knock it out of the park and end with a solid trilogy behind them, or follow the path of Rolling Stones and do anything to justify why the game is ass. Of all people, I know rage bait when I see it, and Rolling Stones was trying hard here. There's been a lot of that around the Dark Ages. People calling it woke ages and that it's gone soft and has dumbed down the combat and this, that, and the other. I mean, in hindsight, we heard a similar notion with Doom Eternal. I mean, just the graphics surrounding Eternal and how it was more cartoonish in contrast to 2016 was a big thing. I look forward to the brain dead things coming out. But what I wanted to highlight with Eternal's graphics is what's probably the move with the Dark Ages overall gameplay philosophy, and that's everything has a place. Everything has a reason for it. 2016's darker ambience wasn't complementary to Eternal's run-and-gun playstyle, where everything had to be seen and readily communicated to you in an instant, and as opposed to many games, especially nowadays, Doom is primarily involved with that gameplay. And there's a lot to talk about in terms of that. I have a video coming out that tackles Ultra Nightmare and how it's going to change in the Dark Ages from Eternal, but for this video's sake, I just wanted to say that it's very clear Eternal's DNA is in this game. And to be honest, if you look hard enough, you can probably find it anywhere. Someone pointed out to me that there's a lot of reused assets in terms of sounds from Eternal that are quite prominent in some of the gameplay they've been watching, which might be true, and something to look out for when the game releases, but what I'm primarily talking about is in the shield. I was watching footage from that boy Aqua. Before even watching him, the shield was something already akin to the Meathook, in terms of being an oddity. A grappling hook in a Doom game initially seemed weird until the philosophy was understood. Normally with the grappling hook you pull things towards you or away from something, but the Meathook was utilized to pull you towards demons. It can involve nothing but death and rage heading straight for the hellish imps. Then it became known to have more gameplay applications, skipping major parts of traversal sections, becoming damn near impossible to hit in every firefight by catapulting yourself all over the arena, turning out to be the perfect tool to kill, escape, or utilize both options. I figured the shield may be the source to offer more options that'll become a more constant tool in your arsenal, but because the overall philosophy of the Dark Ages was yet to be seen and as of now was just understood to be stand and fight, its application practically was yet to be seen. But through that boy Aqua's gameplay, it looked like it was very similar to how he was using the Meathook. Instead of being airborne and zigzagging at lightning speed, it looks like he was bulldozing straight towards demons, probably using some invincibility frames to catch a breather during the parries or melee attacks, which is so important during intense encounters. Now in his gameplay there's also a lot of jumping, and what I'm guessing was panic, which indicates to me that all things considered, there will be strong tech and strategies coming from the shield. His panic is more of a sign of having an idea of what can be done if he was given more time to flesh out his strategies and full capabilities of said shield. And I say that because if you watch people play Eternal, even I do it a lot, when you're out of range for the Meathook or are waiting for it to recharge, the same type of jumping happens. Either that, or I'm just reading too much into his panic. Either way, I do genuinely believe this shield has some solid groundwork for some movement tech. There's definitely got to be more underneath the surface, and through snippets, is there moments where people pull themselves to other demons, but I wonder how effectively you can zigzag like that. The game, in terms of demon variety and the attacks at their disposal, appears as if Ultra Nightmare fundamentally is also going to be different. Eternal is all about assessing the arena, understanding the chess pieces, and eliminating the biggest threats. Move first, shoot second. If you can do them in tandem, while prioritizing movement just slightly, then you're golden. The Meathook would give you that breathing room, but in this case, maybe you're not really getting that breathing room by becoming airborne and flying around, but rather zigzagging and kind of gathering your situational awareness through your periphery. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, let me know what you think. I just wanted to talk about the shield because, like I said, to me that's what stood out as Doom Eternal's DNA primarily in this game, and I think it's going to be the backbone of a lot of people's gameplay.